hustles that make 6 or even 7 figures. And it's unbelievable, but people are making more than a full-time income. They're making literally, they're building empires, financial empires, out of some of these side hustles. These side hustles are a little bit surprising, but people around you are literally doing this and they are making money. And there's something here for everyone from some of these surprising opportunities. So the very first one is operating a vending machine. Now that's rather unusual because, like, before I really understood that this was a thing, I'd have had a hard time believing that you can make a lot of money doing this as a side hustle. But um, I've checked it out, and people really are making a living with this. Like, people really are making 6 figures with vending machines. You might have just some little chips in there, drinks, different kind of chocolate bars, snacks, all kinds of things that you can have. And all you do is you stock it up, and at the end of the day, you go collect your cash and you go bank it, and you're making bank with your side hustle. And the nice thing about this is you don't have to be there like full time to make money. You set it up and you go away, do your thing. Maybe you're working a job, or you are doing some other gigs to make money. And meanwhile, your vending machines are making you money. The more vending machines you have in different spots, different malls, or different shopping centers, the more cash you're gonna bank. So that's side hustle number one. Side hustle number two is renting out your car on Turo. Now, Turo is a car rental app, car rental service. They're not available everywhere, but if they are available in your area, this is one great way to make not just 6 figures, but 7 figures. Now, you're not gonna make 7 figures with just one car on there, unless you're renting out like a presidential limo or some crazy stuff like that. But you can make money. You can make six figures. And again, just like with the vending machines, the more cars you get to line up on the platform, the more cars you're renting out, the more cash you can actually make. So what you want to do is you want to reinvest your earnings from all the orders you have going on, and be really frugal, save money, reinvest, buy more cars, and rent them out, and that's how you're gonna win. And also be smart about depreciation, because with cars, they're a depreciating asset, so you don't need to buy brand new cars all the time. Buy some cars that have gone through the steep depreciation curve and are not going to lose too much value, so that maybe you rent them out for a couple years and then you sell them off and you recoup some of that cash and reinvest in a car that's still in more demand. And our third side hustle that makes 6 figures, potentially 7 figures, is renting out your crib on Airbnb. And this is a side hustle that you can literally do, depending. Airbnb is in a lot more places than Turo, and so you can actually do this pretty much anywhere you are. In your city, you likely have a lot of people active on Airbnb. All you need is a crib. If you own your own home, this is a great way to make money without doing some extra work, or struggling, hustling, worrying about logistics. If you have a spare bedroom or you have a spare space that you can rent out, you can list on Airbnb and you can be making bank. The nice thing about this is if you reinvest again, like with Turo, and you go about expanding your property portfolio, you could end up making 7 figures or even more. Now, our fourth side hustle that makes 6 or 7 figures, and this one was a bit surprising when I first found out about it, and it's reselling sneakers. Apparently, that's a thing, and it makes it makes sense once you look at the sneaker market. So what you do is, there are these Nikes, Yeezys, there are all these shoes that are in high demand, but not always in high supply, right? Like, where there might be like a waiting line to get that sneaker when it launches. And so what happens is after the sneaker is out in the market and people are rocking it on the street, a lot of people that wanted it don't have the sneaker. They don't have pretty much anywhere that's easy for them to get the sneaker and buy it, but they're seeing it all over social media. So there's inbuilt demand, and that's what you want to do. You want to capitalize on these sneakers that have those kind of limited release, or there's a lot of hype but not enough supply. And what you want to do is you go offline, you network with your friends, you find out who has this stuff, and it might be some of your friends, and you make an offer like, okay, I could offer this much, but you always want to make sure you can make an offer that makes financial sense, where you can have an opportunity to recoup that money but also be able to make a profit. Like, don't offer like an outrageous sum that's way beyond what it's gonna sell for in the market when you go out there to try to market it. At the same time, don't stiff your bodies, right? Like, don't cut some unfair deals. But if you make a good offer and it's accepted, and to you it's a sensible offer, economical, that makes sense. That's how you get in the game. The more sneakers you sell, the more cash you bank, and this is a nice side hustle, even easier compared to like doing Airbnb or Turo, because you don't need a lot of money to get started. All you need is really a bit of sweat equity to run around on the streets, talk with your homies, and see if they can link you up with whatever sneakers they have that they would be willing to sell, and then you can resell those things. Now, our fifth and final side hustle that can make 6 or 7 figures is hair care. So with hair care, this is one of those that really surprised me. So if you are good at making people's hair, which I'm not, which is why this was a bit of a surprise when I first found out about it, you can actually make a lot of money with the hair care side hustle. Now, the way you do this is you go around the neighborhood and you start offering to make people to do people's hair for them. Whether you are doing weaves, or you're doing some kind of braiding people's hair, or other types of hair care. You're really good if you're really good at making hair. This is one of those things you can actually make good money. Now you can charge. When you start, you charge a little bit of cash, but as you build up a reputation, people start recommending you to their friends. Now your fees can start going up, and before you know it, that can expand into you being like a full-time hairstylist and actually doing this either at home after work, or you do it. You could even like open like a hairstyling salon and things like that. It can literally blow up way bigger than just a side hustle. But the way to really take that to the next level and go to 7 figures with it is to actually then come out with your own hair care products. If you now have that expertise where you can recommend and you can come up with a hair care formula that's really good, that treats people's hair better than current solutions in the market, there are people that have made bank with this. And that's why I think this is such a neat side hustle. Like, it can go beyond 7 figures. This is one of those big opportunities. So there you have it, 5 surprising side hustles that make 6 or 7 figures. Now, if you want to grab some of my free resources to help you grow your business, you can grab my free downloads. The links are in the description.